Good afternoon, sir. I am Nikhil Garg from College Sonia Web Private Limited. So,
Yes.
I am welcoming you in the interview session, and we have Mr. J.S Bedi, who is the chairman of Gyan Jyoti. So, talking about his qualifications, so his schooling was done from Ambala city, and then he shifted to Chandigarh and joined DAV College, Sector 10, for his graduation. And after completing the graduation, he did LLB from Punjab University campus, and he entered into his entrepreneurial journey in 1974. I welcome you, sir, in this program, and it's my pleasure to take the interview of such an esteemed dignitary who established his first institute in 1974, namely as Gyan Jyoti Public School, and starting new venture in the name of Gyan Jyoti Institute of Management and Technology in the year 1998, which is now a renowned and prestigious institute. He is serving as the chairman of this institute. In addition to this, he is currently working as a vice president of Center for International Trade and Industry, director of Mohali Infrastructure Limited, member of CII, and member of Chandigarh Management Association. Not only this, he has future plans of expanding the Gyan Jyoti Institute and Management and Technology into hotel, tourism, and nursing education, and also planning to work as an NGO and do some CSR activity to help the needy. So a varied experience of more than 50 years in education industry. So sir, we can start with the interview part. So the first question is, you have held key positions at Education Institute throughout your professional career. So what are the key factors that keep you connected with the education sector, sir?
You see, my only aim during my educational career was that to build a human being or to develop a human being into a professionally sound person. Because normally we find that people are not having a good knowledge when they join their profession. So once we can develop at any institution the professionally or a knowledge-based student, and especially if it can be a 360-degree knowledge, that will help any of the individual to justify his professional journey.
Okay, sir. Basically, the holistic development must be there in a
Yeah, that is.
Yes, sir. So moving towards the second question, being the leader of Gyan Jyoti Institute of Management and Technology, what is your philosophy of leadership and how could you describe your leadership style?
You see, I believe that the key quality of a leader has to be firstly a disciplined leadership. If you are yourself disciplined, you can create a disciplined student also, which can justify wherever he or she is working.
Yes.
And if he or she is a professionally sound, dedicated and disciplined, then he is bound to do anything he likes to do or she likes to do in her life. So the key role is discipline and dedication. These are the two factors which one should have a very clear vision, and that is what we always try to justify on these two issues at Gyan Jyoti.
Yes, sir. So moving towards the third question, the education system in India and other countries are structured very differently. So in your experience, what can be an inbound student gain from studying here in your college?
See, normally in Indian education, we believe that we are having more of a theoretical part and less of a industry interaction wherever it is, whether it is at a school level or at a higher level. But I believe that if we are having an interaction with the industry, and our interns who are going to the industry for 6 to 8 weeks after the first semester, if they can work there and if they can get a offer letter from the industry where they have done their interns, that can create a great opportunity or a great development of a child, because if the child has sincerely put in that 6 to 8 week time in an organization, the organization will come to know that this child or this girl has work knowledge and is performing well. And every organization, nobody wants to see the face of an employee. The employer is always looking, what is the outcome, what is the result this employee is giving to me. As an employer, I always see, is my teacher delivering in the class? Similar is the case with the other employers, that if the employee is delivering what he is desiring of him or her, then he is very happy. And if he has given 6 to 8 weeks time to that individual to show his or her work, and I believe if one can show her or his capability in that time, he or she will surely get an opportunity for a permanent job also in the same organization. And that is what the other countries are adopting. They are giving the training to the children in a practical life, and that is why there is no problem of seeking any employment, because we find, and although I as Gyan Jyoti has never felt that scarcity, that there is no opportunity of employment, we have always been having a very good placement to the 100% even. But other institutions, normally they tell us that employment is a problem. So even in COVID, we were having that opportunity for our students. The only difference which we have than other is that we give them the thought that you have to do practically something good for the organization where you are having an intention. So that helps us, and that is the only difference which I as an organizational head feel that is the difference between Indian education and the foreign education system. They give an opportunity to the child to explore them. So every human being is a born intelligent. I believe everybody is having the same intelligence, but how do you explore those opportunity or your capabilities, that determines. So that is what I will say, that as an Indian education and a foreign education has basically this difference in the system, that we are not practically giving those education, and the foreign countries, wherever the student is studying, they are giving the practical training or the practical education. That is what, to my mind, is the difference.
Basically making the students industry ready while they are studying.
Ready. You see, our industry is not providing the cooperation, and wherever somebody is providing, the student is not working that seriously. So there is both ways. There is a problem at both levels, at student level, at industry level. But they have developed a system that it should work, and it is working. You see, when a man goes to any of the foreign countries, he is disciplined. The moment he lands at international airport, Indira Gandhi International Airport, the discipline is gone. So that is the difference between us and the foreign countries.
Okay, sir. So moving towards the fourth question. So what do you think should be the college top priority over the next 10 years?
You see, as I have already said, the college should prioritize on a practical knowledge. It should emphasize that it is the practical life which will give you something good result, because everybody has same intelligentsia in his or her. Inborn intelligence is the same, but it is how the individual is utilizing it. And to my mind, if as a college, as an educational organizational head, if we at our level try to give the practical knowledge to the student, this can help us a lot, and that is what we will be stressing. We are doing it, and we will be keep on doing in the next coming 10 to 15 years.
It's great, sir. So moving towards fifth question, what do you see as Gyan Jyoti Institute of Management and Technology greatest strengths?
I have already told you that my strength is discipline and dedication. You see, both things. My motto is also there: aspire and achieve. See, if you do not have a dream, you cannot achieve it. You must dream, you must have a big dream, and if you have a big dream, you can achieve it also. You see, I met Dr. Abdul Kalam. He is from a very normal, weak family, but he has reached the top position. He is also born in the very low-level family, but he has reached the top position of India. Why? Because he was a man with having a thought in his mind that I can do it. And I always tell my students also that please always think that you can do it. And once you think you can do it, you will achieve it. So that is very important for any child in his or her life to think on that line. The only mantra for a success is a hard life and dedication. Hard life, of course, everyone says I am doing very hard, I am doing very... But what is the dedication behind that? Have you ever thought that I have to achieve this? I never thought that I'll make so many institutions or I'll have this. I had to think. My classmate once asked me when we were planning to establish this in first school, that is Gyan Jyoti Public School. He just referred to me, Mr. Bedi, what are your thoughts about this education line? Because when you come to me one day and say that I want to seek admission for my child and say, I am sorry, I don't have a seat, I'll feel I have justified with it. So that is, you have to think what level you have to reach. You see, unless you think, you cannot achieve. So these are the things which you have to keep in mind when you are doing something, that what are your thought process. Right? I hope you have got my point.
Yes, sir, that's right. You're saying right. Yeah. So, moving towards next, how does the curriculum of Gyan Jyoti Institute of Management and Technology ensure the best practice of the industry?
You see, we always try to design our curriculum which can give the holistic development to the child, which can match to the global standards of the market. You see, if we are giving a holistic approach to the child, that yes, you have to compete in the international market in the any time to come, then you have to give that idea at the school or college life. And it is very important. I have already said that inborn quality of every child are the same. It is only how you nurture that child, it is how you find, if you have a good quality of guide. That means if you have a good quality of faculty at your institute who can nurture your students in a right direction, then of course the child will reach whatever he wants to. At reaching a level which is the expectation of a child, we need to nurture him. And that is the role of a good quality of the teacher at an institution. And we have always been keeping in mind while recruiting the faculty that we have a quality teachers who can give quality education to the students and who can prepare them for an international market.
That's right. So, moving towards next question. Do you have any extracurricular activities to enhance the skills of students?
Yes, we have many of them. So, when I was talking that we give them a 360-degree approach for developing their personality. Now, how is that? We give them a training in the NCC, we give them a training in the games, we give them a training in the golf. Now, why do I give the training in a golf? Because I believe if a child is having a knowledge of playing a golf, he may be in the lowest position at the entry level. But at the golf course, his CO may also be there. And he will have the opportunity to meet and talk to the CO also. So that is how I am helping my child to talk and interact and express himself and give his thought to his CO if he is having a knowledge of the golf. So that is how I differ from the others. That is how my child differs from the other. So that is very important. We give not only the bookish knowledge to the child, we train the child for an NCC career also. Because once I give him or enroll him in the NCC, he becomes a discipline. That is very important. Because he will have to stand state, he will have to march state, he will have to shake hand with strength. Because I remember when I was a small child, we were attending a camp. There was a commanding officer who came late and he felt, "Gentlemen, I am sorry, I am late." And he started shaking hands with every cadet. After shaking hands with 4 or 5 students or cadets, he stopped. As a gentleman, I am not happy with the way you are shaking hands. You should shake hands with that strength that the other man should know that you are shaking hands. So from that day, say 70 years before, I still remember and I still have the same shaking hand process that yes, the other man should feel that you are shaking hand with him. So certain things you have to give to the child in such a way that he can remember or he can practice in his life. So my golf training is giving him an opportunity to interact with the highest level of a company, and my NCC training is giving him as a disciplined man. So when both the things are there, it helps the child to achieve any goal.
Yes, that's right. Moving towards the next question, any message you would like to give to the current youth and the aspiring students?
You see, during my 25 years of professional education and experience, I have only given this message that wherever you are, you do and you perform your duties dedicatedly, committedly, and 100% honestly. Once you are dedicated and committed to your job, nobody is having blind eyes. Everybody has an open eye, and you are likely to be rewarded one day or the other.
Yes.
I started with 0. When I was not having any child in my school in 1974. And I have a day when I have 5,000 students. So that is only with the dedication of an individual, not a God gift. God, of course, is giving you, and God is giving everybody. But how everybody is receiving, that depends.
Yes.
You must show that you are keen to receive also.
Yes.
But at least in my religion, it has been taught.
Yes.
So I am very clear that you have to dedicate yourself, you have to be committed in your profession, and that is the message I would like to give to the student community, that wherever you are, you should work with dedication and commitment.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Yeah. Sir, any message for college dunya specifically you want to give?
Yeah, I know that College Dunia is working very professionally, honestly, dedicatedly, and is helping the student community at large. We know that they are doing a very good work, and they are professionally very sound and are helping the student community.
Thank you, sir. That was such an insightful session, and the message that you gave to the students, and an insightful interview also. It was nice talking with you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, yours.